on the night team.
Slippery streets throughout central New York tonight. One crash in Parrish is fatal. Plus, the night team with dramatic video of a river rescue crew as they save a 10-year-old boy. And congressional hearings begin to investigate what caused the Shuttle Columbia tragedy. The big question on Capitol Hill, is NASA partly to blame? It's time for the Action News Night Team.
Live, local, late breaking. This is the Action News Night Team.
One person killed in Parrish tonight as snowy roads and poor visibility sent a car sliding off State Route 69.
It's been the scene in Fulton all day. The snow still falling fast and furious.
And that new batch of snow is on its way to Syracuse, but in the meantime, it's just bitter cold.
And the Action News Night Team bringing you live team coverage of this winter weather and how it's affecting central New York. Good evening. I'm Jackie Robinson.
I'm Don Lark, and right now, bitter cold throughout the area tonight with dangerously low wind chills. Add to that a lot of lake effect snow. Weather
Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar has been tracking the storm all day. He joins us live now from the weather deck with the latest. Wayne?
Well, I'll tell you what, Don and Jackie, it's certainly been quite a weather day, starting out with those squalls that came through much of central New York this morning, dropped a few inches of snow. And then we had the band of lake effect snow that we've been watching all day long, dropping 2 to 4 inches an hour across many parts of central and southern Oswego County. Well, here's where we are right now. Here's a look at USA DataNet Live Triple Doppler. And there's still that intense band of lake effect snow streaming on into extreme northern parts of Cuyahoga County and across the southern half of Oswego County. We'll zoom right in real quick and get a closer look at just who continues to get belted by that heavy snow. We're talking now Route 3, Sterling, just north of Fairhaven, or right on through Fulton, getting crushed over towards Central Square and just north of Phoenix. So what's going to happen overnight? Well, here's what we're looking at for additional snowfall amounts overnight. The red area here, primarily Sterling, Hannibal, Fulton, Pennellville, Central Square, Hastings, could see another 8 to 16 inches of snow. And what's going to happen overnight is the band will drift down to the south, make it into the Syracuse and central New York area on towards morning, but in a much weaker state. Here's our next recast. Weather for the next 3 hours. Snow to the north, heading to the south slowly. Temperature 2 to 12. Lots more details coming up.
Action News Live team coverage of this winter weather continues now with night team reporter A.J. Legault. He joins us live with the details of what caused a fatal crash in Parrish tonight. A.J.
Well, Jackie, one person is dead and 2 more are critically injured after a pair of vehicles slammed head-on into each other in a blinding snowstorm. A twisted block of steel, all that's left of this small white car after it lost control in the snow and slammed head-on into this Chevy 4x4 pickup.
Information from a witness that the one vehicle, the car, was maybe going a little faster than it should have been and lost control and hit the pickup truck head-on.
The driver of the pickup was killed. Both of the people in the car were rushed to University Hospital with very serious injuries. One of the crash victims had to be airlifted. The accident happened just after 3 p.m. here on Route 69, just outside the village of Parrish. The road was shut down until crews cleared the scene of the wreck just before 9 o'clock this evening. It took rescuers quite a while to free the 2 people pinned in the car.
It probably took them rescue, I'm going to say, a good 40 minutes before they were able to get both of them cut out. It wasn't an easy process. They were pretty pinned in there.
A blinding snowstorm also hampered rescue efforts.
It was a complete whiteout. The snow, matter of fact, here just kind of let up within the last half hour. It's been white out here for most of the day.
State police investigators tell me they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened in this accident, but bad weather was certainly the main contributing factor. Now, the 2 people that were transported to University Hospital, the 2 people that were in the car, are Daniel West and Frank Butera, both of Parrish. West is reportedly in critical condition tonight, and Butera in serious condition at University Hospital. State police are withholding the man who was in the truck's name, the man who was killed, until all of his family has been notified, but I am told he was from Amboy. Reporting live in Parrish tonight on Route 69, A.J. Legault, Action News Night Team.
Thanks, A.J. Another big mess out on the Onondaga Lake Parkway earlier tonight. A car rolling over onto its side, but that was not the only problem. Driving conditions got so bad, police had to shut down part of the parkway around 3:15 this afternoon. Road was reopened 5 hours later at around 8:15. A snow emergency in the city of Oswego tonight. Here are the terms. The mayor declaring the emergency. It bans any unnecessary travel. Plus, it's calling for all cars to be removed from city streets to clear the way for snow plows and emergency vehicles. Any cars left parked on city streets overnight will be ticketed and towed. Continuing our live team coverage of this winter weather, Fulton being slammed off and on with snow since this morning. Night team reporter Brandon Roth joins us live with more. Brandon?
Well, the snow continues to fall here tonight in the North Country, Don and Jackie. As Wayne mentioned, there are bands of lake effect moving through the area. One of the areas hardest hit is Fulton, and tonight their residents struggled to deal with near whiteout conditions. Snowplow operators keeping busy in Fulton tonight as a heavy lake effect snow band dumps close to 20 inches of snow, shutting down most of the city.
It's probably got at least 2 feet. So we already plowed once earlier this afternoon, and we're out plowing again.
It never stops.
So, nope. Keeps on coming.
By 9 o'clock, a second band moves in, bringing with it more heavy snowfall. Almost 6 inches falls in less than an hour. Even those few hardy souls out on the roads had had enough.
Very sick of the snow. I want to see green grass.
The snow is also causing trouble for fire companies. This, believe it or not, is a fire hydrant. You can see it's covered up by snow, and tonight the Fulton Fire Department is asking that residents try to keep these hydrants open. Heavy winds are another problem as blowing drifts create near zero visibility. With no end to the snow in sight, many on the road were following some simple advice.
Stay home and stay warm.
Travel advisory remains in effect for much of the North Country. With more snow expected tonight, police are asking that residents only go outside if absolutely necessary. Reporting live from Oswego County, Brandon Roth, Action News 19.
Thanks, Brandon. All this snowy weather could cut back on spring break for students in the Syracuse City School District. This was their 4th snow day so far this winter. That only leaves one more day to spare before the district starts cutting back on spring break. And now an update on a story the night team first brought you last night. Action News has obtained dramatic video of a river rescue caught on tape. Investigators in Oswego County are still trying to figure out why a 10-year-old boy walked out onto the partially frozen Oswego River last night. The boy, whose name is not being released, was rescued and is in good condition tonight. Be sure to stay with Action News and Weather Team 3 as we track this winter weather and its effects throughout the area.
11 days after the Shuttle Columbia disaster, Congress demanding to know why it happened. The hearings begin today and the questions are brutal. Was NASA partly responsible for the tragedy? What about possible damage to the wing? Can the investigative board appointed by NASA be independent? The story tonight beginning with the shuttle's final communication.
And Columbia, Houston, we see your tire pressure messages and we did not copy your last.
Roger.
The last moments of the shuttle, and this committee is demanding that NASA Chief Sean O'Keefe explain why it failed.
We're going to have to raise some tough and basic questions that have gone unanswered for too long.
Was this, the shuttle's age, a 30-year-old system, a major factor in this tragedy?
It was half the age of the average bomber aircraft that flew in Afghanistan just a year ago.
NASA's had a long history of problems with the shuttle heat tiles.
Were the tiles damaged by insulation striking the wing? O'Keefe says probably not.
So it's the functional equivalent, as one astronaut described to me, of a styrofoam cooler blowing off of a pickup truck ahead of you on a highway.
The shuttle will be reassembled over 1 acre of space inside a hangar at the Kennedy Space Center. More than 15,000 pieces collected so far. O'Keefe is promising an exhaustive, unbiased investigation.
As soon as the ink is dry, it will be released.
In the words of Congressman Sherwood Boehlert, today's hearing is the start of a very long conversation on the disaster and its ramifications. The remaining shuttles will be grounded until the investigation is completed. Stay with Action News and check our website, WSTM.com, for the latest information in the Space Shuttle Columbia tragedy investigation.
More local troops are called up to duty as America targets Iraq tonight. Many men and women from the 10th Mountain Division have already been deployed from Fort Drum to help fight the war on terrorism and prepare for a possible war with Iraq. Now, 2 additional companies from the 10th Mountain Division have received deployment orders. That includes about 350 soldiers. Meanwhile, a startling admission from the head of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA Director George Tenet, told senators on Capitol Hill that North Korea has a long-range nuclear missile capable of reaching the west coast of the U.S. However, that missile has never been flight tested. Top Bush administration officials are keeping low-key about this revelation. NATO delegates remain deadlocked over whether or not to deploy defensive units to Turkey. Turkey asked for help as preparation for a possible retaliation from Iraq. France, Belgium, and Germany blocked the deployment earlier this week, saying it's too soon. Stay with Action News and go to our website, WSTM.com, for the latest as America targets Iraq.
With America on heightened alert tonight, Central New York Congressman Sherwood Bullard is named to serve on a new Homeland Security Committee. House Speaker Dennis Hastert made the announcement. He says Bullard was chosen for his expertise in the areas of intelligence, cybersecurity, border security, and emergency preparedness. Well, coming up from the 19, a slippery start to the day in Chicago as a man slams his car into a state trooper's car.
A successful surgery for Massachusetts Senator John Kerry, and he says he'll be back in the running for a presidential nomination in no time.
Later, Michael Jackson's personal life will once again be broadcast to the world. This time, it's a new USA Network movie about his life. You're watching the Action News 19.
Live, local, late breaking. This is the Action News 19.
Winter weather not only causing problems in central New York, it was a slippery situation in Chicago as well. Combine that with an impaired driver, and this is what you get. A man later charged with driving while intoxicated slams his car right into the back of a state trooper's car. State police closed down an 8-mile stretch of the highway to clean up the crash. Closing arguments today in the case of Clara Harris. She's accused of running over her cheating husband in a hotel parking lot, killing him. If convicted of murder, Harris could face life in prison. The jury in the case has been sequestered for the night and will resume deliberations in the morning.
A new HIV vaccine is in the testing stage at a Denver medical center. To make the vaccine, part of the virus that causes AIDS has been spliced into a common cold virus. The hope is the vaccine will stimulate the body to destroy HIV. People who volunteer to be part of the study receive a series of 3 shots during the course of a few months. Of course, doctors warn that just because they're working on an HIV vaccine does not mean people should engage in reckless behavior. Massachusetts Senator John Kerry tonight recovering from prostate cancer surgery. Doctors at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore say the surgery went very well. Kerry's expected to be released from the hospital tomorrow. He should be walking by Saturday. Kerry says he'll be ready soon to resume his campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination. Well, coming up, we'll have your live lottery drawing.
And a little later, I'll look at what last year's big Oscar winner is working on now. Wayne?
And lake effect snow is now heading towards Syracuse. I'll be back with a full forecast in a few minutes. Here's a look at a few weather numbers.
Now, Weather Team 3 with Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar.
Well, the snow squalls that came through much of central New York early this morning during the rush hour, certainly those were impressive. Gusty winds dropping anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snow across the region. Now, really even more impressive has been this dramatic, intense band of lake effect snow that we've been watching all day long and still up in the southern half of Oswego County right now. Here's a look at it on USA Datanet Live Triple Doppler radar. And you can see it's still streaming on in through the extreme northern part of Cayuga County, right on through Fulton. The Oswego County Airport in Fulton has been down to a quarter-mile visibility since about 4 o'clock this afternoon, a quarter-mile visibility and heavy snow. It's no wonder Fulton has got 1.5 to a little more than 2 feet of snow. And it runs right on over through around to Central Square and just north of Brewerton. Now, the band is starting to shift southbound. Let's take a close look at exactly who's getting hit the hardest right now, and then we'll talk about where that band is going to go. Right now, here it is, the same as it's been for the past 6 or 7 hours. Around just north of Fairhaven, right on through Sterling, Modesto, especially hard hit. Fulton area, we're talking Route 3 heading over Hannibal, Route 49, Pennellville, Central Square, over to Hastings, just north of Phoenix. This is the area right now that continues to get hit hard, and we'll find this band slowly shifting southbound over the next several hours. As it does make its way into Onondaga County and Syracuse, it is going to weaken quite a bit more than what it's been doing all this evening. Okay, here's what's going on right now in Syracuse. Skies are partly cloudy, current temperature 14, wind chill at a -18, dew point 2, humidity 59%. Winds right now west 20 gusting to 30, barometer 29, 85 and rising. Okay, then let's talk about where's the band going to go. Here's what we're looking at. And here's a band of snow. Basically in this area, the southern portion of Oswego County, it'll drift southbound and head down into Onondaga County, probably reaching the city of Syracuse after 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but in a much weaker state. So how much more snow is that going to be? Well, this red area here, the southern portions of Oswego County, especially maybe Fulton over to Pennellville, that area, this red area could see another 8 to 16 inches of snow because the snow is falling at the rate of 2 to 4 inches an hour inside of that band. Extreme northern parts of Onondaga County by 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe north of Route 31, 3 to 6 inches, and central parts of the county, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow. Tomorrow, well, the bands are going to shift down into the entire central New York area, break up into multiple bands of snow. So we'll get some more lake effect snow, but not nearly as heavy. Generally speaking, tomorrow, another 2 to 4 inches of snow down into the immediate Onondaga County, Syracuse, central New York area. So here's our forecast overnight tonight, looking like this. Snow to the north, starting to head down to the south. Winds easing up a bit. That's good news there. Low temperature about 3 degrees. For tomorrow, some occasional snow showers. Another 2 to 4 inches. The highest amounts north of the thruway, especially during the first few hours of the day. Winds still a little gusty, high temperature 10. Here's that 7-day weather outlook for you. And we'll look for some snow showers and flurries on Friday, 16 degrees. Saturday, sunny, 18. A chance of a little light snow for a Sunday, but the good news, look at that. Looking for 34 Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's the latest from the weather outside.
Did he say some good news was in there?
I don't know. The big news, I'm going to cancel my appointment in Fulton tomorrow morning.
Okay. Coming up in sports, showdown in the Big East.
And a record-setting coach. First, your live lottery drawing.
Good evening, I'm Yolanda Vega. Welcome to the live Lotto and Take 5 drawings for Wednesday, February 12th, being observed by an auditor from KPMG. The Lotto numbers to win or share a jackpot of $25 million are 5, 3, 43, 29, 42, 39, and bonus number 54, making tonight's winning Lotto numbers 5, 3, 43, 29, 42, 39, and bonus number 54. Now for tonight's Take 5 drawing. The New York State winning ticket in last night's Mega Millions drawing was worth over $125 million. Tonight's winning Take 5 numbers are 26, 24, 11, 30, and 19, making tonight's winning Take 5 results 26, 24, 11, 30, and 19. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.
Now, the 2-minute drill.
Coming up on the drill tonight, life in the Big East, life as a high school coach, and life as a low-flying bird. I'm Joe Zone. Take my life, please. Big showdown tonight in the Big East. Pittsburgh, ranked number 7, home with West Virginia. We know how tough they are. At least we thought we did. If you had West Virginia in 35, you lost. Pittsburgh hammered them tonight. To Page, to Brown. They got up on West Virginia, never looked back. Number 7, Pittsburgh beats West Virginia 82-46. Women's basketball, the SU Orange women at number 1 Connecticut, and the Lady Huskies win. That's 75-51. That's 62 straight wins. For high school coach Robert Hughes, win number 1,275. But hey, who's counting? Hughes coaches at Fort Worth Dunbar High School in Texas, has been since 1973. He's been a high school coach for 45 years, and now he's won more high school games than any coach ever.
It hit me to the extent of how much interest it generated. But if you're talking about the personal thing where I'm going to go outside and do handstands, no.
Hughes has won 4 state titles and more than 80% of his games. Hey, the left-right headlight on left front headlight on Michael Waltrip's race car. And you think that looks bad, take a look at what's left of the Seagull. A few feathers there. The Seagull flew into Waltrip's car while he was doing about 180 miles an hour during a practice run at Daytona. Fastest lap of the day, Joe Nemechek. Twin qualifiers for the Daytona are tomorrow. The odd man breakaway, a whirling move, and numbers. The 3 plays.
Arenas. Nice move from Gilbert Arenas. Heatley's wrister was dead in there. Plea ahead. Zubris is onside. Zubris in. He scores!
Cavaliers have numbers. Boozer to the rack. That's Manley from Carlos Boozer.
Tough one tonight for the SU women at UConn. I mean, 62 in a row.
Yeah. Who's going to stop them?
Nobody that we can see.
You're right. Thank you, Joe. Well, controversy is certainly no stranger to pop star Madonna.
Up next, why her new video may rattle some politicians in the White House.
If you see breaking news or have a story we should know about, call Action News 426-TIPS or log on to our website, WSTM.com, for news that's live, local, and late breaking. Action News is...
A new television movie about the life of Michael Jackson is in the works. The controversial pop star's personal life has long intrigued the American public. The new movie on the USA Cable Network will follow Jackson's present-day life, include flashbacks to the past. Some of Michael's devoted fans, meanwhile, gathering at his star along the Hollywood Walk of Fame to show their support. Madonna's next video expected to cause quite a stir at the White House. A spokeswoman for the pop star says the American Dream video contains anti-war images. This as the White House is trying to gain support for war with Iraq.
Last year's big Oscar winner, Halle Berry, has a full schedule ahead of her. She has a number of film roles lined up, and this week, one more is getting off the ground. Berry's just got the green light for a new movie called 2 Year Mark. The movie follows a couple who break up, then after her home burns down, Berry's character is forced to live with her ex and his parents. Well, another new movie hits the big screen Friday, and it's not exactly your typical Valentine's Day movie. The movie's an adaptation of the comic book series Daredevil. Ben Affleck has the lead role, known as the Man Without Fear. The film is rated PG-13. And winter weather is sticking around in some areas throughout the night.
That's putting it mildly. Weather Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar will be back with all the details coming up next from the night team.
Hey, folks, it's Jay's All Testosterone Review, starting with Ben Affleck, comedian Dave Chappelle, and the great Lionel Richie right after the news. Check it out tonight.
Recapping our top stories tonight, a startling admission from CIA Director George Tenet. He says that North Korea has a long-range nuclear missile capable of reaching the west coast of the U.S.
50%. Extreme winter weather conditions causing many car crashes in central New York throughout the day and the night. This one on Route 69 in Parrish claimed one person's life.
And Fulton hit especially hard with snow in this storm, and it's not over yet. Snow continuing to fall fast and furious in Fulton at this hour.
And there it is again, that lake effect snow.
You got it, and still snowing very hard across the southern portion of Oswego County right now. But here's what we expect will happen overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And we're going to find that intense band of lake effect snow shifting south down into Onondaga County by morning, but weakening substantially. So what's that going to mean for new snowfall by the time 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning comes around? The red area there, still southern portions of Oswego County. A few more spots could see another 8 to 16 inches. Maybe along Route 31, northern Onondaga County, might see 3 to 6 inches by 7 or 8 in the morning. And for the city, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow. And then for everybody in central New York tomorrow, we'll have the possibility of another 2 to 4 inches of snow during the day back inside.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Well, you know, I wasn't kidding about Fulton. I'm supposed to do an Educator of the Week interview tomorrow.
I don't think so.
Don't think it's going to happen.
We're not going to see our lawns or driveways for a while.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm Jackie Robinson. Good night, Central New York.